Welcome to Go Mythical More. You ask us to explain things that you didn't know, what they were, how they worked, etc., and we're gonna explain it.
But first, we're gonna boogie down now. Hey, was that Carney?
There he was.
Did Carney come through?
Yeah, he's like a Springsteen sax player. May he rest in peace. Wow. Whew. How did that? That's wild, man.
I don't know. You like it?
No. That is wild, dude.
How could that all be my hair?
I could turn into a dog.
I don't understand.
That's crazy.
How could that be my hair?
And then if you jerk your chin
Joey,
up,
hey!
does it go back?
I know it looks good, but
knock your chin back. Oh, it's okay.
Okay, we'll go with that.
So how many things do you know about?
All of them.
Huh.
Anything that the mythical beasts want to know, we can help them out with it.
Okay.
Are you
about
gonna?
this?
Are there any shortage of questions?
Are you gonna?
No.
Are you answering for accuracy or comedy?
Accuracy.
Okay. I bet you that'll be funny.
People mowing different colored lines into their lawns. Okay. I literally can't understand it. My brain won't let me. It doesn't make sense. At Brass Bearded.
Oh, this is simple.
Yeah, I mean, you mow one way and the grass kind of lays down. Because the grass that doesn't get cut gets hit by the blade and it kind of sends it in a direction. And then if you come back the next way, right next to it, it's sending it in the opposite direction. So it's kind of like combing hair
so
while you're cutting it.
So the light reflecting off of the grass is reflecting at different angles. So you've got one row that's going at this angle and one row that's going at this angle. And so it was slightly lighter green and slightly darker green.
The darker green
It's
is when
all
you're
about-
looking down the shaft. And when you're looking at the side of the shaft, then it's bright.
And if at different points in the day, if you go to one side of a football stadium and the sun is over here, this line will be light green and this light will be dark green. And then you go to the other side of the stadium as the light gets to that side and it'll actually switch for you and it'll be different.
But even
so
if
it's
it's
not
in-
that one is actually darker.
No, it's not. It's all the same grass. And even if there's if it's an overcast day and it's even lighting, it'll still happen. 'Cause
It'll
the
still
grass,
happen.
The grass is,
Still receiving light.
You're looking how it's laid.
Yeah.
I had this, when I was really little, we lived in a cul-de-sac, and I had this neighbor who loved his lawn. Like, that was his thing. Was like,
I get it.
It was always perfect. And he would pay his kids to go out with, like, a little bucket, like you could take to the beach or whatever, and pick up leaves one by one if any leaves fell into his large lawn that had trees adjacent to it. And one April Fool's, my dad decided to call him on the phone. And he's like, "Well, John, I am really sorry to say this, and I don't know how it happened, but it looks like you got some big tire marks on your lawn, and it happened in the middle of the night." And he freaked out and ran outside to see. His lawn was pristine.
And your dad was looking out the window at it?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did he roll it and say, "Gotcha, dumb lawn boy.
Yeah.
April Fools, man.
Gotcha."
Never seen a nicer lawn than John's
Lawn.
Let us explain something else.
Glow in the dark things from at Athena Prifdakis.
These are just
What's the question?
How does it work?
They don't understand glow in the dark things.
Phosphorescence is a phenomenon by which certain materials, and even down to the cellular level,
Right.
can pick up and reflect wavelengths of light that are otherwise not reflected except by these phosphorescent substances.
And where does that juice of phosphorescence come from? There's another planet out there called Glowy Land.
Yeah.
And it's flowing with milk and glowy. And they go there
part's true.
with buckets, kind of like your story, Stevie, and they dip the glow buckets in the glow juice, and then they transport it using mind power. They just think about it coming to Earth, and there it is in the bottom of the ocean, and it bubbles up.
That same dad would pay his kids to take a bite of a new food. Like, I'll pay you $1 if you take a scoop.
Everything
of
has a
these.
price.
How rich did those kids get?
They seemed a little wealthier than we were, because they also got to watch PG-13 movies when
Because they were rich?
13.
Because they were richer than you? They could afford that.
Well, I just
higher
remember,
rated movies
like,
don't cost more.
big TVs, and like they seemed rich.
And you're saying rich is loose morals?
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty
yeah.
consistent.
Also, one time I was in their garage, and the mom of the family was in the garage, and a bee flew up her shorts, stung her right on the behind.
Really?
Yeah,
What did she say?
bad words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
said
Because they
Loose
were rich.
morals.
She said
yeah, if they're rich,
PG-13
they got
words.
to say bad
PG-13.
words. Yeah. Data stored in memory cards. Yeah, it's just there
Yeah, this
in
is
that
crazy.
small thing.
Yeah,
It's somehow unfathomable in my
One-
mind.
ones and zeros.
_ Aliha.
Well, no,
Aliha, if you crack it open, it's just ones and zeros, right? Like literally, it's just ones and zeros.
it's magic.
And it's magnetic. It's magnetic ones and zero magic. And then
But what are the ones and zeros stored on?
magnets.
No.
And then they move around.
But what is it?
Like when you plug
At,
them
at
into
its
things.
most physical form, what is the information stored on the disk as? Because I know that there's electrons moving around in a microchip. In fact, one of the reasons that Moore's law is no longer holding true, and that is the idea that like the processing power of a processor goes up by
You know
doubles
what?
every 2 years.
You remember when you asked me if this should be real or fun? Let's just make it fun.
Well, hold on, no, but I'm having fun.
I know, but
No,
I'm
you're
losing me.
I'm asking you the question.
I don't know. I don't understand. The
So,
question.
but legitimately, like, what is happening at that very, very small level? How do the electrons know where to go and what to do? Who's telling them this? Is there a
It's
little
paths?
Is there a little man whispering in there?
It's paths, man.
I think it's a little man who whispers at the electrons.
No.
You go there. 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 His name is Hugo.
Okay.
Yep.
See, so you
See
asked
how-
me a question.
See how easy
and
I was
then you
able to
gave me
get
the answer I was
to
looking
to the
for.
funny answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I was playing your game. You just didn't let me get there. You were getting impatient with me.
Did you
I think it's Gates, honestly.
make your hair bigger to accommodate Rhett's hairstyle, or has it been like that this whole time?
Has it? Honestly, I don't know.
You mean
It's like
bigger
we're trying
today?
We're trying to. There it goes. There, I'm back.
Okay, it's a little, yeah.
I think it was from the headbanging.
yeah, yeah, okay.
I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry.
I'm going out on a date tonight. And I think I'm going to walk right into the restaurant just like this.
I mean,
Is it a nice restaurant?
it's a nest, man.
I believe so.
You look like you have a nest on your head.
If I did some hardcore hairspray on this, and here's the thing about LA, no one would bat an eye. They'd be like,
Nope.
oh,
They wouldn't.
yeah.
The only thing is you're so tall. That's what would. If you were like a foot shorter and you
Look at-
had
it's
that
got-
hairstyle,
It almost looks like
yeah,
a
it's
turkey.
fine.
It looks like a turkey sitting on your head, man. This is the head of the turkey over there, over here. That's the head of the. Is that the tail of the turkey? Or that's the
I
head
don't
of the
even
turkey.
know what part of a turkey it is. Ask us something about a turkey.
I still don't understand how record players work. Like, sure, the
Oh.
needle running over bumps and grooves to make a sound wave makes sense, but how does it play individual instruments in a band and voices? Just
Isn't
a
it
human
crazy?
Voice
This
alone.
is this is
wild.
nuts, man.
It's wild because it's so.
20 layers of sound waves at Uni Molly.
It's yeah, but because it's all analog, like there's nothing digital, like with the, like, yeah, it's digital and like the microchip stuff and yeah, there's stuff we don't know on like a microscopic level. But this is, yeah, just grooves in vinyl that create just the breadth of sound.
It's like me taking this thing and scratching it across, and it makes noise when I do that, but I'm able to like make all the noises that you want to hear in a song. And I think the reason it's so scary almost when you start thinking about it, as we demonstrated a moment ago when we talk about the digital storage, we so don't understand it that it's a black box.
We
that we're
think
looking
we
into.
should understand this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but now, you're looking at like, this is just somebody scratching a groove and it's making noise. And then you start really getting kind of scared about how they figured it out.
I think that what they do, and this reminds me of that website, How Stuff Works, where like way back in the day, it was very popular because
They still have a How Stuff Works
they
podcast.
probably still do, yeah. They'll tell you all this stuff. It's very informative if you don't believe our explanation. But I can't help but
You
be
don't
serious
believe?
again.
You don't believe?
I think that the music is actually piped in and then is transferred to the vinyl, and then that is used as a master. Like there's
Yeah,
a master vinyl.
How does that
like,
happen?
They create the first one and then they replicate it.
So they have some little machine that cuts a groove, and that machine is being told,
It's being the music
This is the
being,
song.
The music is being played, and then it physically is going in that groove.
and how do they figure that out before like computers?
And what's in the groove?
Like literally, how do they figure that out in like the 1700s?
It's amazing.
It was a little man named Hugo.
You know what I think it is? You always want to say it's a little man. I think
That's
that
a little woman.
the needle goes down in that groove, and it's little MP3 files that are being triggered.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
If you zoom in close enough, if you have an electron microscope, you will see the MP3 files. It's MS DOS.
How does that sound, Stevie?
Great. With your mouth, if you blow air, it is cold. But if you breathe out, says breath out, it is hot. Why?
If you breathe in, it's cold?
Eddie Alejandro.
Yeah, if you breathe in, it's cold, but if you breathe out, it's hot. It's hot. Breathe in, cold.
Is that what it said?
Yeah. Well, that's what it is.
If
Breathe
you
out.
blow it out,
it's hot.
Cold. It's
No.
cold.
If you
breathe out,
yeah,
it's hot.
if you blow, it's cold. But if I breathe out, it's hot. That's what she said, and that's freaking crazy because it's true.
Oh. Well, also, okay. That's cold. That's hot. Because the air is coming from your 98.6 degree lungs. And then if you just breathe here.
It's really, the air is really, really cooling down as it comes out when you don't get a bunch of you're like really like getting a lot of that like lung air in there.
Do you think it's the velocity of the air has more of a cooling effect? It's not the
Yes.
temperature of the air?
No. I think the velocity of the air being blown lowers the temperature of the air. So that's why when you have those little things that send out air in a really, really little space, and it's
Like a nozzle?
it's freezing. Because fast air is cold.
Fast air is cold.
You can't make hot, fast air. I mean, well, I can. I have a couple of times. But typically, you can't make hot, fast air. It's cold, fast air.
Because the air when I'm blowing,
We have engineering
it's still from my
degrees, but
lungs.
We've forgotten most of it.
So it has to be a velocity thing. And it's really about the hand. It's the temperature change between your hand
Well, yeah, because
and what's touching it.
if you are cold, if you're hot and you stick your hand out the window to cool, it cools down because there's a radiating effect.
It pulls the heat out of
Pulls
your
the heat
hand,
out.
making it feel cooler at a quicker rate. That's why I think it's a velocity thing.
No, but listen,
But when I blow hard, it's still hot.
even when it's coming really, really slow, that air from a distance, it's cold. That's hot. I can feel it from there.
Yeah, you're right.
It changes by at least 20 degrees.
Never thought about this. My mind is blown. Before we get to the next one, I want to remind you, we've developed the website. It's cutting edge technology. VoteLikeABeast.com. Midterm elections are coming up. It's very important. You can go there to get informed, all right? To decide how
All right.
you want to vote. So you can check your voting status, you can register if you need to, and most importantly, you can be educated. VoteLikeABeast.com. So do it, okay? Deal?
Deal.
We Blew our mind with that one. Give
Okay,
us another one.
finally,
This is good.
X-rays. Like, how do you just look through the entire body except bones? From Ouch Jeff.
This one we should know.
X-rays are firing a particular particle at everything, and the X-ray reader is
It'll kill
basically
you too.
is seeing
you do it
those
too
things
much.
that are reflected. And I will say, in fact, I was telling you about this podcast. I was listening to that Harvard guy, that David Sinclair guy, the longevity guy who studies aging and everything.
Yeah.
And he is really, really anti X-ray. And he's like, he talks about airport X-rays. He talks about dental X-rays, and he's like, it's a cumulative effect over the course of your life. Of every time you get an X-ray, it does damage. It does damage over and over again.
Well, I mean,
and
yeah, because every time they do it, like the person comes out and they drape stuff over you, and then they run away and get behind something and then say, "Don't move!"
And they're shooting
Don't
it
move.
right there at your face. And so he was like, I hold out as long as I possibly can for dental X-rays. He says I went 6 years without getting any dental X-rays. And he's like, obviously, if you have TSA pre-check and they send you through the metal detector, there's no problems there. But like, you should avoid the X-ray machine. Not that it's, you get X-rayed a few times and you're going to get cancer. But every single time you get X-rayed, there's irreversible damage to your tissues that then causes your genes to act up and cells to divide differently and stuff.
Just look at Bruce
And it usually
Banner.
doesn't have an effect. But if you did it all the time, some weird stuff would start happening. So you don't really need to be shooting yourself with X-rays as much.
Way to foment fear at the end of a good mythical more, man. Now you need to make us feel good.
You're probably going to be okay. You don't travel that much. You don't go to the dentist that much.
That's not good enough.
Or do you? Go to votelikeabeast.com to check your voting status, register if you need to, and stay informed for the midterm elections.